Well, thank you for tuning in to Surviving and Thriving. I just wanted to check in with you all and let you know that we are doing something new. We will always have our videos come out on Thursday. Sometimes it comes out on Wednesday, depending on my schedule, or it may come out a little later on Friday if I forget. But usually, we're right on point with bringing it out on every Thursday of every week. But we are going to add an extra video every month, and I just wanted to let you guys know it so you can keep an eye out for it. The first Friday of every month will be First Friday Fitness. And here at Surviving and Thriving, we share with you all the things that we have learned that deals with overcoming health challenges, conquering illness, sickness, and disease. And so on the first Friday of every month, it will be Fitness Friday. And I will share with you some of the things that we have done to physically train, to rehabilitate physically, to, as I've told you on many videos, there's been at least 3 that I can think of off the top of my head, times where I've had to learn how to walk again, had to regain strength again. And so we're going to show you some of the things that we've done to help regain strength, to maintain strength, things that you need to do when you're bedridden, things that you do when you're more mobile, how to regain balance, how to regain strength, how to regain your endurance. I'm going to share all of those things with you. Now, I am not a fitness instructor. That's my dad. I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but I have hired a lot of physical therapy practitioners and technicians. I've gone to rehabilitation centers for physical therapy. I've had them come to my house, and I've had to do this a lot. So I'm going to show you the things that they've taught me and the things that I have utilized. I'm going to show you some of the tools that I've used, and I'm also going to share with you other things that I've done, specific herbs, specific oils, specific practitioners that I've used, and the things that I have done to actually help me to stay here, to overcome some things, and to rebuild and to maintain. So look out for that. Every first Friday of every month will be Fitness Friday, and I will share things that I have done with you in the hopes that something in there you can use, you can grab, and it'll be a great takeaway for you so that you can overcome some things quicker, you can overcome some things faster, you may be able to maintain more, and you may be able to avoid some of the pitfalls that I've gone through if I share some of the things that I've paid for and learned with money and with life experiences. Hopefully it'll be helpful to you. So keep an eye on that. I hope you stay tuned. Watch the video that's after this, and I hope it's helpful for you. And remember, in all things, always, do you, be you, enjoy your video. Bye. Welcome back to Surviving and Thriving, where we share with you the things that we have learned as we have transitioned our family from struggling to survive disease to thriving, right smack dab in the midst of it, in the hopes that something that we share with you will help you, enlighten you, and encourage you as you transition your family from struggling to survive disease to thriving, right smack dab in the midst of it. Unforgiveness. Every person who walks this earth have to deal with that at some point in time. They have to choose to forgive and release, or sometimes people choose to hold on to it. But we all need to choose to release and forgive, because it affects our health. It affects every aspect of our life. And when you're dealing with health issues, you have got to walk in forgiveness. First of all, it's important for you to know that when people choose to hold on to a hurt, to a pain, or to an offense, that it affects them physically. That scientifically has been proven that a lot of diseases and sicknesses that people deal with manifest because of hurts and pains that they have not released, people that they're holding on to that they have not released. So whenever you're dealing with something in your health, it's always good to look back and see, are you still holding grudges against anyone or anything? And if so, you have to deal with it and you have to release it. Because if you don't, right, your body becomes really acidic. All that nastiness in your body from your emotions, it produces nastiness in your body. And an acidic body is conducive for sickness and disease and ultimately death. And so you have to release that. You have to let that go. Let that flow. You have to release people as much as possible. And forgiving people isn't always an easy thing to do. But when you're dealing with health issues, especially if you're in a place and you're facing life or death issues, you have to release people as much as possible. You have to stay calm as much as possible. You don't want to leave this earth in an unforgiven place or in an unforgiven state. You know, whether you believe in heaven and hell, whether you believe in Jesus Christ as Lord and believe in God or not, is irrelevant. When you leave this earth, do you really want to take the risk of being wrong? You want to leave here in a clean state, in a clean place, just in case, right? What you believe is true or what you believe is wrong. Just in case there really is a God and a heaven and a hell. You want to be in a clean place, right? So unforgiveness, you guys, it really holds us back, and it counteracts everything that you're doing. You can be doing all the supplements, doing all the treatments, doing all the exercise, doing everything you can to overcome sickness and disease. You can be having surgeries. You can do anything that you feel is in the best interest to get you to a better place. But if you're holding and harboring unforgiveness, you guys, it will hinder you from going over to a better place. It will counteract everything that you're doing, everything that you're trying to do to get to a better place. So we have to forgive. Now, if you're going through health issues and challenges, they're going to find many opportunities to be angry, many opportunities to walk in unforgiveness. Doctors, hospitals, the situation, the issue that you're dealing with, things that you're having to do surgeries you don't want to do, having to take medications you don't want to take, having to endure things that you don't want to, go against everything you think you want to do. And you guys, you can get angry, and you can become really offended. You can become really mean and really nasty, right? And it will counteract everything that you're doing. So you have to forgive. You know, you can be dealing with doctors, they can get on your nerves, you can be in a hospital and be treated bad, but you have to forgive and you have to let it go. Because more opportunities for you to walk in unforgiveness are going to come. More offenses, more bad things, more hurts and more pains, more bad doctors and bad nurses, bad situations are going to come. And if you let those things start piling up, you're going to look up one day and not even know who you are. You're going to become so hardened and so mean and so untouchable, right? That you're not even going to know who you are. And you don't want your last days to be days full of ick and mean and mad and evil and dirtiness on the inside. You don't want to dirty up and foul up your spirit like that. You don't want your last memories, people to have of you, to be of you being mean and being ugly. And sometimes people can use what they're going through to try to lord it over people. Please don't be like that. Don't try to take what you're going through and use that to attack people who have hurt you. Use it to put a guilt trip on other people who have hurt you. That's not a good thing. That's a bad thing. You want your spirit man to be clean. If you want a chance at life, you have to have a good, clean spirit. Now I want to tell you something. I've been in some places where it was dark and I was real depressed, and you guys, I didn't think I wanted to live anymore. I was suffering so long. I wanted to go. I thought it would be easier for everybody if I just checked out of here. If you get in those dark places and you're feeling really bad, right? And even in those dark places, you guys, I was upset about the things that I was going through. I was confused about the things that I was going through. And I was hurting over it. And a lot of time that anger comes because you're hurting. I was hurting and I was confused and I was angry, and I was just going through a gamut of emotions, all in the middle of that, which led to a deep depression, right? And not wanting to be here. I want to tell you something. If you're being mean and you're being icky in those kind of situations, right, that's going to make you go down further and faster. There's no way you're going to be able to come out of that. And it's going to be hard to have hope. If you want a chance to come out, I don't care if the doctors are telling you that it's the end. If everything about that disease is telling you you're not going to make it, and everything is showing that it's the end, if your spirit is not clean and you're being mean and you're being ugly, you're not going to be able to have hope. You're accepting what's going to happen, and you're taking yourself down there faster. If you want a chance of things turning around, right? If you want a chance of a miracle taking place and you coming out of those places, you guys, I'm telling you from experience, I've been in places where I wasn't supposed to make it out, but God changed things on the dime for me, and I'm still here. And I got to tell you, what I've learned is that your spirit has got to be clean. If you're ugly and you're nasty, there's no hope for things changing. And if you want to get out of a depression, you have to have hope. And being mean and being nasty and ugly to people is not going to give you hope. Where there's hope, there's love, there's life, there's light, and everything that's good. Where there's no hope, there's depression, there's suicidal thoughts, there's anger and unforgiveness and everything bad. So you're going to have to make a conscious decision to say, I release and I forgive, if you want to be here, if you want to overcome, if you want to get out of your sickness and disease, if you want to live your best life, even in the middle of what you're going through. You have to walk in forgiveness. You have to keep your spirit clean. Now, forgiveness isn't an easy thing, okay? A lot of times, you guys, I have to repeatedly say, I forgave him. Oh, that's right. I forgave him. You know what? I forgive him again. I have to go back and keep forgiving people for something that could have happened years ago until I can finally be free of that thing. It's not an overnight thing, so don't beat yourself up for it. But as you start dealing with health issues, you'll find that sometimes it's real easy to just let it go, because you have too many things that you're dealing with, too many weighty things that you're dealing with, that you don't have the room to carry extra unnecessary baggage. And unforgiveness is unnecessary baggage. So you start learning how to let people go real quick, right? So in all things, remember, do you, be you. I hope something in there was helpful for you, something in there that you can grasp, that was tangible for you, to help you along your walk in your journey. And share it with someone that you know that might be able to benefit from what was shared here today. Until next week.